Everything was inside the car: keys, wallet, phone. Everything except the woman who owned it. She vanished without a trace. Was it an accident? Or something much darker?
If you found a car by the river with the door wide open, would you dare to look inside? She drove home every night on the same road, but this time only her car came back. No broken glass, no struggle, no footprints. Just a car by the river and a missing woman. The people of Willow Creek faced that very question one foggy autumn morning. The river was calm, its surface like a sheet of black glass, broken only by the occasional ripple of a drifting leaf. But the calmness of the water clashed with the unease in the air, because parked at the edge of the riverbank was a small blue sedan, engine cold, headlights off, and driver's side door hanging open as if someone had stepped out and never returned. The car belonged to Emily Carter, a 29-year old school teacher known for her quiet smile and gentle way with children. She had driven the same route home from the town library hundreds of times, but that night she never made it back. Instead, her car sat abandoned, waiting like a silent witness to whatever had happened. Inside the vehicle, nothing was missing. Her purse sat neatly on the passenger seat. Her wallet still held her ID and credit cards. Her house keys dangled from a pink rabbit keychain she'd carried since college. Even her phone was there, its screen cracked, but not dead. Everything was in place, except Emily herself. The discovery rattled Willow Creek. This wasn't the kind of town where people simply vanished. It was the kind of place where everyone knew each other's business. Birthdays, family feuds, even what you bought at the grocery store. For someone to disappear without a trace felt impossible. And yet, here was the proof. At first, whispers of an accident spread quickly. Maybe Emily slipped into the water. Maybe she'd been drinking. Maybe she'd wandered off, dazed and confused. But the river was searched thoroughly. No footprints in the mud, no broken branches, no drag marks. It was as if she had stepped out of her car and evaporated into the night air. Sheriff Dalton, a broad-shouldered man with a tired face, took one long look at the car and muttered, "This wasn't an accident. Someone left this here on purpose." The words sent a shiver down the spines of the officers gathered around him. If it wasn't an accident, it was something far worse. Neighbors were quick to share what they'd seen, or thought they'd seen, the night Emily vanished. An elderly woman swore she saw a shadowy figure standing outside Emily's house just hours before the disappearance. Another claimed they heard the sound of hurried footsteps behind the school, followed by the creak of a car door. But shadows and footsteps don't make for evidence, and yet every story pointed in the same direction. Someone had been watching Emily. Within hours, rumors spread like wildfire. Parents kept their children inside. The local diner was filled with hushed conversations, half-truths, and nervous glances. "It's him again," one old man whispered. "Just like 10 years ago." Nobody asked who him was. Nobody wanted to. By sunset, the town was cloaked not just in darkness, but in suspicion. 2 days after Emily's disappearance, volunteers combed the nearby woods, searching for any trace of her. Broken branches, scraps of fabric, anything at all. That's when a teenager named Kyle stumbled over something glinting in the dirt, Emily's phone. The cracked screen lit up weakly when touched, and inside, in her gallery, was a single video recorded on the very night she vanished. The footage was shaky, the kind you'd expect from someone holding the phone with trembling hands. Emily's face filled the frame, pale and terrified. Her voice was barely above a whisper as she spoke, "If anything happens to me, it's because of him." The video cut off suddenly, leaving behind more questions than answers. Who was him? Why did she record the message instead of calling for help? And what had she seen, or known, that made her so afraid? The ex-boy, from the moment the video surfaced, suspicion shifted. Emily's ex-boyfriend, Daniel Reeves, was the first to fall under scrutiny. A man with a temper and a history of bar fights, Daniel seemed like an easy answer to a complicated mystery. The police brought him in for questioning, and the whole town held its breath. But Daniel didn't flinch. Instead, he laughed bitterly when shown the video. "You think that was about me? You're wasting your time," he sneered. Then his face grew darker, more frantic. "It wasn't me, I swear it. If you want answers, check the church basement." The words fell like a thunderclap. Why the church basement? What did he know? By the time Daniel was dragged into a holding cell, Willow Creek felt like a town unraveling. The old church he spoke of had been abandoned for years, its wooden beams rotting, its stained, glass windows shattered. No one went there anymore, at least not publicly. But if Daniel was lying, what reason did he have to point the police in that direction? And if he wasn't, what could possibly be waiting beneath the crumbling stone floor of that basement? The people of Willow Creek weren't just dealing with a missing woman anymore. They were staring into the mouth of something much darker, something that had been hiding in plain sight. Emily Carter's last message warned them about him. Daniel Reeves insisted the answer lay in the church basement. The question now was chilling. What will the police find when they finally break into that basement?